So either way, it's very um, important to understand the matchup, right? So basically, um, it's pretty simple. Like the basics you probably know, right? If you're an aggro deck, your goal is to close out the game as fast as possible, and this means you play a low mana curve units and try to kill the opponent as fast as possible. If you're losing your resources and cannot close out the game by mid game, you immediately lose. And control decks are just decks that are like have a lot of either spells or healing or just ways to like get value from cards that your opponent is straight up either losing value because his cards are either lower mana cost and like you can draw more cards than he can and stuff like that. Um, but understanding the matchup of a different playstyle is like the most important thing in this game, in my opinion. Because like if you do not know the matchup, you do not know how to play against it. For example, when you mulligan as a deck with your deck, right? You want to have, for example, a one drop, a two drop, Elise or something. Sometimes even Callista or Caretaker, depends. But like usually you play Endure, you you're not gonna keep Deku Endure in your opening hand, right? Makes sense, right? It's a 7 mana cost unit, and you want it to grow, and you don't want to keep it in your opening hand usually. That's usually true. But for example, have you guys seen Twisted Fate Ezreal? Like you guys seen it, right? It's a deck that
Yep.
was pretty popular, right? Um, for me, I always considered keeping one Deku Endure in my opening hand versus a Twisted Fate Ezreal. Correct play. Why do I feel like that's actually like a good play and correct play? Even though it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you keep a 7 mana cost unit in your opening hand? It just doesn't make sense. It's just because of the fact that, like, when you understand the matchup, Twisted Fate Ezreal has 0 cards that can answer a Deku Endure, except for Twisted Fate using the gold stun card. That's the only card in the whole deck that can help him in that situation. And what it does, it just stops the attack for 1 turn. That's the maximum he can do. If you don't kill Twisted Fate, he cannot put another one on the board and stun him again. So as long as Twisted Fate is alive on the board, the maximum he can do is stop you from attacking for 1 turn. So what I actually do is like I keep one Deku Endure in my opening hand because as long as I have Deku Endure, I know on turn 7 or turn 8, I'm gonna just slap down a Deku Endure that's gonna be like 10 attack, and it's immediately gonna um, either if I'm attacking, for example, on turn 7, he cannot really respond to it with Rex because Rex is 8 mana, right? So
Hmm.
basically, the only help card that he has is 1 mana more than mine. Um, so
Thermogenic.
Thermogenic Beam also can help out, but you would never. You usually don't want to just slap down a Dayhunter without using anything and just like go right into Thermogenic Beam. But a lot of Twisted Fate Ezreal players just use that beam like an idiot because people pilot decks, and that's the problem with people piloting decks. They do not know how to play it correctly, so they sometimes use the beam on Elise. I play Elise on turn 2. They use beam on her. I'm happy. It's perfect. It's like the best thing that can happen. They lose a beam to an Elise. They think it's good value trade. Oh, Elise, I kill her on turn 2. That's great. He doesn't. It doesn't spawn a spider. I'm such in a good spot. Meanwhile, they actually lost value from it because they now have only 2 beams in the deck versus deck with instead of 3. Um, so yeah, like understanding the matchup is a really important thing because like if you understand that your win condition versus Twisted Fate is like a big day when Endure immediately wins you the game. He has no answers to it. You immediately win, right? For example, so like knowing that the opponent cannot play versus something, doesn't have a good answer versus something, is something that you really want to play with. So, for example, when we look at the current meta, after the Ionia got nerfed, I was like, huh, so Ionia got a hard nerf, right? People are not playing Ionia. What does that mean? When you look at the region of Ionia, like let's say all the regions, and you put down elusive, these are all the elusive units in the game. If you put down Ionia, almost all of them are from Ionia. If we look at all of the other regions in the game that are not Ionia, the elusive units that are in the game, for example, are just weak. One drop, two drops. Like as you Heimerdinger, nobody plays him. Like so the turrets you'll never see them. Uh Nobody plays Poros. This card barely anyone plays it. This card is starting to see some play with the elusive
Fizz.
Twisted Fate Fizz
Uh,
deck. It's pretty interesting, but at the start it hasn't seen some play. Nobody plays this card. 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 Nobody. This is the only card, only two cards that are actually seeing play, and those are played on a deep deck. And I haven't seen much of deep decks recently. So when I heard the news about like Ionia getting nerfed, you have to consider okay, elusives are not going to be played as much. So when you take that consideration, as well as the fact that the only counter cards to a deck like this that I made are Will of Ionia, this deck was great, and that's how I got Masters. I mean, I would get Masters with some other deck, but this one worked really well. So using a map on a Vi or Darius, making him elusive and just attacking face, well, there's no elusive units in the game that's being played much. There's no Will of Ionia being played because nobody's playing Ionia. It worked really well. It's a fun deck, but basically, when we look at patch notes and we look at something getting buffed and nerfed, what we have to understand is like thinking about okay, so if this is nerfed, something else becomes stronger. And that's how meta changes. That's how meta is made. Basically, it's not just about like looking, oh, this got buffed, it's maybe gonna become stronger. People don't realize that you should look at the stuff also that gets nerfed. So when you look at all the stuff that gets nerfed and something doesn't get changed, that thing that doesn't get changed is immediately stronger. Because if, for example, I don't know, me and my friend go into a fight, right? He's stronger, right? He's gonna beat me, okay? But if he is like sick or something, if he gets nerfed, it's a stupid example, I'm sorry. But like if he, for example, is sick and cannot move properly, like I'm obviously gonna win in a fight. Makes sense, right? So the same way when you look at a deck being like cards being nerfed, you have to look at stuff that isn't changed and that immediately it becomes stronger. Because if something is not changed and everything else is nerfed, that thing that's not changed, it becomes stronger no matter what, just because other things got nerfed. So that's how meta changes over time. It's just like people rediscover things that weren't too good, but something else got nerfed, and that thing that wasn't at the top of meta comes back to the top of meta just because something else gets nerfed. Um, yeah, I sort of went off topic a little bit. Um, but yeah, so understanding matchups, you have to look at the stuff in your deck and what the opposing deck has, or assume if you do not know the opposing deck. So, for example, if I take the random deck, Lee Sin deck, for example, and I look at all of my cards, and I see, okay, I have no healing in this deck, right? I have not too much of removal tools except for Sonic Wave, challenging a unit, and that's how I can clear something, right? I have no removal tools. Do I have cardio? Yes. So I have a lot of cardio. So whenever you look at your decks, you have to understand in the matchup who has more damage, who has more removal, and who has more permission slash card drawing, basically. So depending on those three factors, one deck will be a control deck, and one deck will be a beatdown deck. So understanding what your matchup is very often will help you win a game if you understand the matchup. Um, as well as the fact that one very important thing is like understanding that sometimes you must play aggressive or risky, and sometimes you gotta play it safe. But the most important thing about those two decisions is basically um, depending on your understanding of the matchup, and as well as the fact that like if I do this, will I lose the game next turn? If the answer is not, then it's not too big of a risk to take sometimes. But as well as the fact that like understanding if I do this, will I win the game this turn? So if I will actually like potentially win, it's sometimes a risk that you should be willing to take. Just a second, I'm gonna start sharing my actual screen so I can show you a picture as an example. Screen one, go live, screen one. Okay, you should now be able to see something that I'm gonna show you. I'm also adding it to my stream. Too many pictures, too many things. So basically, it's just like a attacking situation. Then I'm gonna show you guys as well. Okay, so let's take for example that my computer works properly. It doesn't show a black screen. I'm gonna kill myself. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys. Work please. Opening up an image is really hard sometimes, guys. Okay, there we go. You guys see it?
Yep.
Okay. So for example, we're in a situation where we're playing in a mid-range aggressive deck. We're sort of like aggro in a way, and we're playing versus the standard deep. Like all of you should know the standard deep deck. It's just a normal Shadow Isles deep deck, and we're just playing a classic classic Noxus deck. Like we have the 1 drops, the 2 drops. We have a lot of damage, right? So considering our state on the board and our units, we have to understand what are our punishers for like developing, and what is the best thing that we can do here. Like how can we get the best value from uh, our play here? Like how can we do the most damage possible that we can do to close out the game as soon as possible? Because when we look at the deep deck, he's the control matchup, right? So we want to just do as much damage as possible to win the game. We do not care about too much of value trades. We do not care about like playing safe, because in this matchup, like we have to play around his cards, but we also have to play aggressive, right? So like when we look at this matchup, we want to actually develop, right? If we open attack, the 3/2 can only block versus our units, all of our units, right? The 1/1 cannot block versus our fearsomes. The 1/1 cannot defend properly versus our 4/3 overwhelm because it doesn't give him any value. The 1/4 defending into our 4/3 is also like not the best thing ever. It doesn't feel good because it doesn't kill it. It just heals you for 2, and that's pretty much it. And then the 3/2 is the only thing that actually trades sort of well and heals him. But understanding the matchup, he's playing Maokai and Nautilus, right? So since he's playing Maokai and Nautilus, if we just open attack and let him play Maokai if he has it in his hand, we lose the game. You immediately lose the game if you open attack. So what you have to play is you have to develop. The good thing is that he has 4 mana, right? So he does have 1 extra mana, because on the previous turns we played pretty aggressive, so he had to like play 1 into 2 into 3, which is usually good, but I guess maybe he didn't have a spell, so maybe that's why he played on curve with units. But either way, maybe he just didn't understand the matchup, and he was trying to get deep as fast as possible, which is not his main objective here, playing with an aggressive deck. His main objective is surviving. So if he had actually Withering Veil in his hand and played 1 to 2 and to 3 drop, that's definitely a misplay. Um, so yeah, what we want to do is develop here. So we have the choice of developing a one drop or a two drop, and that's pretty much it. We can develop all three units, but we basically have to start somewhere. We have to use one of them, right? So what I did is I actually developed all three units because every time I played a unit, he passed. What that tells me is that either he doesn't have Val Feast or anything, or maybe he wanted to actually play Maokai. So basically, sorry for this, I'm just changing the image. So basically, what happened is like, I don't know if he's trying to develop Maokai or I don't know if he's um, just not having any cards. But that doesn't matter for us because we want to do as much as damage as possible. So we just kept on developing. I started off with playing our one drop, which is the spider, because it's fearsome, right? So even if he has Valfeast or something, like I would rather want him to Valfeast the spider instead of our other one drop, because our other one drop can get other one can get dropped, can get blocked. Yes, so like developing it doesn't really make too much sense. Like the fearsomes cannot be blocked, and the 3/2 trades perfectly into whatever. Um, so essentially, what happened is that wait, this is a different scenario. Okay, so essentially, what happened is like he had no tools to defend here, so it was a great open attack. And the next turn, uh, I developed Vi, and the opponent, it was round six, right? It was turn six. So what happened is that I have now a different situation, and I have the chance to open attack or develop again. So in this situation, he could punish us with Withering Veil, right? All of our spiders die, and the 3/1 dies, and we basically are probably losing this matchup unless we draw, I don't know, Overwhelm onto Devi or something like that. So when you
Can
take
you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. What's up?
Oh, finally. I had a question about the first screen.
Yes.
The one where, yeah, exactly. Why not just use decisive maneuver on the free two?
Okay. So I understand the question. So the reason behind not using decisive maneuver is that in the situation number one, we had the we had one overwhelm unit, right? So if I use decisive maneuver onto whatever it it's blocking, yes, I would do two extra damage with it, as well as the fact that it would be blocking, so it's six direct damage guaranteed, right? And the other spiders will get plus to attack. But what you don't understand is if we use decisive maneuver and the opponent has Val Feast, like, okay, he's definitely not gonna have it, but imagine that he has double Val Feast, right? We play decisive maneuver, he plays double Val Feast, and he kills both of them. He heals up to 18, and when this blocks, like when this doesn't get blocked, we're just dealing 6 damage, but he's basically established board presence. Like if we would do our decisive maneuver, and even if he just does one Val Feast, we would be
Doesn't
doing 6 damage with this, and if he does Val Feast on one of them and blocks the other one, we would just do 6 damage. That's useless. If he blocks the 3/2 onto our 4/3 and we decisive maneuver that, yes, we could do a large amount of damage. But with Valfeast, he already cancels out our attack to the point where our other units are not going to be able to close out the game, in my opinion. You would rather you want to use a decisive maneuver when you have more board presence and when you have more overwhelm units where decisive maneuver can just win you the game. Just because of that fact, also because we have 4 mana and we can play 3 units that cost 4 mana together, and we can develop a huge board. And he does have mana for Withering Veil in this current situation, so we can our developing can give us more value than actually using decisive maneuver.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, so in the situation where we attacked and the opponent is waiting, like if we're gonna open attack or not, what he could have is Withering Veil, right? You have to understand the matchup. Look at, okay, if Withering Veil hits, it kills all of our spiders in the 3-1. We're in a really bad situation, right? So in this scenario, playing our 2-drop seems like a good opener because it leaves you out the choice of playing maneuver as well. And as well as the fact that, like, if we play our 2-drop, he can only use out 2 mana if he has Withering Veil in hand. So if we play our her and the opponent uses more than 2 mana on a unit or something on a spell or whatever, that means that he doesn't have Withering Veil in hand. So if he does have Withering Veil in hand, it means that I can freely do a decisive maneuver on our attack and just like deal massive amount of damage and just win out the game, right? Makes
Hmm.
sense. Pretty easy. Um, but the question is, right after next image. Okay, so the question is, how am I gonna attack? Like, am I gonna hook something with Y, or should I not hook something with Y? What's the correct play, right? If I hook the 4-1, it cannot block versus all of my fearsome spiders. That is one good thing. But the problem is, if we do that, the 1-1 can block versus our 3-1 and actually heal him for 2 before we're actually doing a lot of damage. If we like put the spiders, each spider has to attack with the decisive maneuver. Each one of them will have 4 attack. But after I play my 2-drop, just to see that he plays out a unit or not, to expend his mana to the point where he couldn't play Withering Veil, he can still block enough to survive until the point where his 1-1 is blocking the 3-1 and we're not doing lethal damage. The good thing is our decisive maneuver can even also um, be used on him as well, so we can actually like not let him heal up if we maneuver him and it stuns him, removes out of combat. Pretty simple, right? So the thing that happened with this situation is that after I played my 2-drop, um, the opponent played out a unit. Didn't play out a unit, but he did not use Withering Veil. Ignore that I used the decisive maneuver, right? So what I did was I I didn't play my 2-drop. Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I did that. Either way, um, basically, um, I went for an open attack. I guess I was concerned about what if he puts out a blocker, whatever. Either way, I
You were concerned about maybe obliterate?
yeah, that could be one consideration. But the thing is, even if he would play that, I would still potentially be in a good spot. But I just decided that I felt like the open attack looks good enough to close out the game. If he has no Withering Veil, I'll immediately win. So I just did a decisive maneuver on the 4-1. And I was fine with like the 1-1 actually blocking because of the fact that like if my spiders don't win me the game in this turn, because the opponent did not use Withering Veil, right? I attacked, he put the 4-1 to block the 3-1, and he passed. I had the option of just dealing 6 damage and say okay, but I went for my decisive maneuver here because the opponent did not use Withering Veil. So he would have used it if he had it. So he obviously doesn't have it. So I used decisive maneuver in the 4-1 to remove it from defending because my spiders are dealing 12 damage here, right? 4 plus 4 plus 4, it's killing him. So if my spiders don't, if he has an answer for one of the spiders, like a Valfis that he didn't use for I don't know what reason, um, if the spiders are not winning me the game, Vi is gonna help me win the game because Vi will get +2 attack and she will level up from this attack from decisive maneuver. So even though he's healing 2 from this unit, my Vi is just dealing 5 damage guaranteed later on when she's attacking again because she's gonna be leveled up. So it was a great situation because the only answer that he had at the time was Riptide. So the opponent just answered with a Riptide because it was lethal. So he had to use something, and that's the only thing that he actually had as an answer opposing to my attack. Um, so yeah, this is a normal classic example of like a control deck versus an aggro deck, but a similar scenario can be found in a decks where just the matchup is in a way that one deck has to play aggressive and the other one is not even a complete control deck. So, if you guys are fine with it, I'm just gonna go into some gameplay, um, and try to get some scenarios that are similar to the things that I was talking about. Do any of you have any questions, any ideas, and anything?
Before that, I would like to ask, you said know who the beatdown is. What about when you play mid-range against mid-range?
Okay, so are you saying mid range against mid range, or are you saying a mirror matchup? Are you both playing a similar or same deck?
No, no,
Okay.
just two different decks, both mid-range.
Okay, so
Just
for example, you would say like Demacia mid range versus, for example, I don't know, Sejuani Ash. I feel like Sejuani Ash is sort of like a mid range deck.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so it depends on what you're playing, right? If we're playing, for example, um, Demacia that has triple tracker and has like the classic War Chef lineup, whatever. Um, I feel like if you're playing something like that versus Ash Sejuani has no good one drops. Like the only one drop that it has is the Omen Hawk. The only two drop that it has is the 5-1 Challenger, and that's it.
The Archer.
Yeah, and the Archer. So basically, his early game is just removal tools. Basically, the Archer is just freezing a target so you don't attack. The 5-1 Challenger is just used to kill something as a removal tool. Meanwhile, in this deck in Demacia, the standard Demacia, you use your units more in a way that you get the maximum value from either having strong units or just having units that can be paired off with like barrier from the Brightsteel Protector or something like that. So I feel like in a Demacia versus Ash Sejuani, I feel like Demacia is something that should be more uh, playing aggressive because Demacia, you just gain value from cards and you should be focused on attacking. So let me give you an example. There should be a good amount of chance that we actually get paid off versus Ash Sejuani. And like versus Ash Sejuani as a Demacia, I feel like you should be always the one playing, trying to play faster, trying to um, uh, go wider on the board and everything like that. Even the only concern is sometimes reckoning, and you sort of have to play around that if you can. But you still have to play aggressive and try to get value trades from on the board. I don't know if I answered your question, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you did.
it really depends on the matchup for whatever I'm trying to talk about. I feel like for everything, it's just a case to case scenario. So, for example, Twisted Fate Ezio, we talked about it. It has a lot of early units, basically on turn two, turn three, even on turn one. They have the 1 mana 2/2, so they're very unit based. So they're usually pretty solid versus the Masya. But yeah, we usually like War Chef is the best two card that you can have. Basically, there's no reason not to keep War Chef. The only question is, do we keep Ranger or not? In this matchup, I feel like Ranger should not be kept because Make It Rain he has Make It Rain, he has other removal tools that go well versus it, as well as the fact that I would rather get another one or two, a one or three
Yes,
drop.
exactly.
So this is a lot better of a hand. So we always try to expand. We always gotta play aggressive and put a lot of units down. Oh wow, a beam. Oh, okay. Um, yes.
Maybe he has another one for Fiora.
I don't know, but I'm happy with him using a beam on just the tracker. I'm okay to take it, you know what I mean? So here I could attack and just trade it off one for one, but the War Chef is more value than the Pickpocket, and I'm okay with him open attacking and just training it now because I have to. I cannot give him a spell, but like this removes him from having an attack with more units because he could develop like the 3 mana 3/2 that summons another 1 mana unit and it could be problematic. My hand is a bit shaky, but as we said, so like I have to play Fiora here because I have to play aggressive and don't wait until late game. Even though I would play into Beam because he had 3 mana, so he could have killed my Fiora there, right?
Yeah, basically he has no thermal.
Yes. So now we got the information that he has no Thermo Beam, which is great. One thing here now is we could do 3 damage, right? It's guaranteed 3 damage unless he does get excited or something, I don't know. We could develop the Protege, or we could play the Protector. One thing, if we play the Protector, he might pass and just take the 6 damage because he doesn't want Fiora level up win condition. If we play Protege, I think it's a safe enough play. But like, we could pass and make him lose 3 mana more than we lose. But as I said, we're the one that has to play aggressive, so we just play Protege and see what he plays out. I could have played Protector, but I felt like he would have just take the 6 damage because he doesn't want Fire leveling up, and that's all that would happen. And this is actually a good blocker. I do you feel like we do want to do the 3 damage here, so this is not the best attack with it, but it is what it is. We still did 3 damage, so it's fine. We do have back to back that we could maybe consider playing. Depends on what he does. Okay, red card kills out with Protege. And it does 1 damage to Fiora. I don't know if it's worth it to use a back to back defensively. Considering the
No,
fact that if I do it now, he's not gonna attack. It does heal the Protege, but then if I let this go, I can only play my Protector and he just doesn't attack then and that's it. But I don't feel like back to back is a good scenario such as now, and I feel like passing is okay here.
basically you pay 2 mana or 6 mana to prevent his attack.
Sort of. The back to back would keep our Protege alive, and our Protege would be basically at 3 HP after. But back to back is something I would rather use in a way when it would give me a really good, like a better value, or where it would close out the game, or keep something alive where it would win me the game,
He
or
also
something
told
like
me
that.
he doesn't have any Mystic Shot or Make It Rain.
Basically, yeah, it's weird that he didn't use it if he would have it. Because if he would have it, he would have used it before. Because if I would, put, for example, have Bannerman now, double. Oh my god.
That's a good value for back to back, but no.
I still had to develop Centria here.
Yeah,
This is really a bad situation now. But there's nothing for me to stop this. And I don't want to attack now because if I attack, he defends with the Grifter. And then Butcher kills our Centria. It doesn't feel good. In his open attack, he cannot attack with Twisted Fate because he's 4 out of 8. He wants him to level up. So he could attack with these two and just lose one of them, and the other one does 3 damage. and I'm okay with trading one for one of them. The question now is, if I play Syntria, right, it gives me a great option to open attack and like both of them fearsome, both of them get buffed each other, blah 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 blah. But the problem is if I play her, I don't have mana for Consider Strike, I don't have mana for anything else. So I feel like Warchef is definitely the correct play here. Because if I play Syntria, he can potentially level up Twisted Fate. And Twisted Fate being 5 out of 8 already, the potential level up could completely win him the game. So I definitely feel like I'm in a bad situation right now, and I need to kill this Twisted Fate. I feel like the Demacia is really bad versus Ezreal Twisted
Wow.
Fate. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Okay, we're losing this game 100%. Twisted Fate Ezreal is only good versus, for example, Arsej and versus Demacia. And now I already lost. Like, I don't need to play. God damn it. Ah, I went into the worst matchup possible and he had the perfect answers every time.
Perfect long.
But like Demacia is something that most of the time wants to actually expand the board and stuff like that. So like when we're considering Demacia, um, I don't know how often we'll have a situation where we're actually the one like waiting stuff out. Okay, this could be a potential different scenario because we're playing versus like a Fiora win condition with Freljord. So basically, like we know that he's gonna try to win with Fiora. We still want to have early board presence, but like where we are aiming for is like a single combat, or we're aiming for like just a way to actually be able to kill Fiora. So either we are gonna go wide and try to kill him, try to do enough damage on his Nexus that he cannot win with Fiora because we're dealing too much damage to him, and we win because we're dealing too much damage. Or the other option is that we actually get like single combats and are able to kill Fiora.
I think he has too many means to stop you from doing the damage you want.
Hmm. This is gonna be hard to win because if he has Fiora now, it's gonna be already problematic. I think I would need to expand and try to potentially get our Fiora. If our Fiora is 4/4, the barrier doesn't do much. Oh, or I don't. Oh, I don't know what he could have. No, never mind. He can only
Brutal
have 3 mana. Yeah, Brittle
Blast,
Steel. But Brittle Steel does work because Fiora would be a 4/4.
Plasmatic Barrier.
So we could even consider passing here, because if I attack, yes, I'm dealing 8 damage, but he's gonna play out a Fiora. But I feel like we need to pressure him and do the damage here, so I think I'm okay with this. The bad thing now is he's gonna play out Fiora and he's gonna try and buff her and try to win with her being buffed and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we do not have single combat or any means to basically interact because this only silences a follower that doesn't silence Fiora. So it's gonna be problematic now. The good thing would be if we get a challenger unit so we can challenge Fiora last before we're actually doing damage with our other units and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see what he does. He might do a repost or a boost. Yeah, okay. This ain't gonna be an easy matchup. Single combat would be amazing though, if we would get it. Wow, he actually runs standalone.
Actually, I made this deck for fun today because I got crushed by it, so I wanted to see. He
Oh.
has also judgment, like maybe free unyielding spirit, all the stuff, all the
Hmm.
stuff.
I mean, basically, we want to kill him this turn, basically. Like, we want to win with us attacking already. So either we win this turn or we lose this turn. He has 7 mana, right? So he has no mana for judgment. He could have,
No,
like, repost in single combat and stuff like that. But at this point, we have to try and ignore this and try to do as much as damage as possible and try to win this turn. If he has enough spells in hand, he could already get Fiora to her win condition already with our attacks. But we have 0 mana, so if he has it, he would just use it right away now. Let's see what he does. Because this levels her up, and she needs to kill 2 more units. With single combat, she kills 1 more, but he needs to have like double single combat and a spell to like keep her alive. Okay, that's 3 damage. Come on, just pass. So yeah. So basically, we cook Fiora last, so we can hopefully win the game before Fiora actually levels up or whatever, and not levels up, but like wins him the game by the win condition. What we're hoping for is that he hasn't got enough spells to win with them, and we're buffing out the Sentry if he has like Brutal Steel or something. So like our damage is equally separated. So I'm not putting all the damage into like I'm not buffing a Ranger, which he could freeze or something like that. I would just rather buff my Centria. So I have three,
he needs,
three, three.
he needs or double strike or strike with concerted strike, double
He,
single.
yeah. So he didn't have them, and he immediately loses. So the Fiora deck is pretty much like if I get Fiora buffed and close out the game with Fiora, I win. But if I don't draw Fiora, you immediately lose. If you aren't able to respond with a lot of spells, you immediately lose. I don't know. Fiora deck is a fun deck to play, but I've never seen it actually being like amazing. It's just a yeah, it's just an annoying deck to basically see. Do you guys have any deck that I should be playing that you need help with or something like that? Any suggestions? No? Okay.
Yeah, just I think just anything, whatever is good. Whatever you think is like a good learning tool
Okay.
for all of us.
Play
Yeah.
the bookie, play the bookie. Ah
Okay, okay,
no!
wait. Let me give you an example with like a control deck because I haven't played one yet. So let's see that.
Okay.
Jinx Draven. Okay, I can. But Jinx Draven, you basically mean
Jinx
discard,
driven.
right? You basically mean discard, right? Venom.
Yeah.
That's the Mangrove deck,
Hmm.
if I remember correctly, of Mega Mogwai.
Psylocke. What do you mean, Mega Mogwai? Jinx Draven was a
It,
deck that like everybody was playing. What do you mean?
yeah. I was messing around with the Jinx driven discard deck, but I never got it right, and I felt like it was too hard to win. So unless everything lined up, so I'd love to see you play it.
I
Actually,
mean,
if you had a version.
sure, we can. I can play a discard deck after this. But yeah, we're playing control, obviously, with what are we playing right now.
What is
And
this?
it's just a Karina deck, but with the box.
Oh yeah,
It's just a bit of a different
spicy.
Karina. It's a spicy Karina deck of mine. Um, it also has the Puff Cap Peddler. So yeah, it's a little bit of a different control type of a deck.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
yeah, I'm okay with keeping a bit of higher tools of removal. So yeah, we're a control deck now, so we just keep on passing. The more that the opponent passes, we're fine with that. Oh, another one. Okay. So we can just immediately grasp this. We don't have anything else to deal with it, but we're fine with this. And we just pass again. Nothing is really happening. The Yeti will be a bit annoying, but it will be able to deal with him. Okay, so basically we could grasp him or use the box, but the value from the box usually comes if he plays more than just one unit. And as well as the fact that like we're at 20 HP, so we do not need the healing right now. But I do not want to expend too much mana. So I want to stay mana efficient, so I'm just using my Val Feast here. As well as the fact that it's a blocker that can come in handy. So let's see if he's gonna expand with 2 units so I can use the box. If he doesn't... Okay, so he plays a 5/5. He will definitely want to attack. I'm the uh, control deck here, right? So I have a different mindset than a mid-range deck and stuff like that, right? He played a 1 mana cost unit. He has still 4 mana open to develop something. So thinking about the current situation and thinking that I have Renations in my deck, if he passes and doesn't attack here, like I'm passing here, and if he passes back and doesn't attack, we're fine with that. We don't care about like developing. We don't have units. We just have removal tools. And he plays out Ash. So, perfect time to use our box. It kills Ash. It does 3 damage to Yeti. He needs to use something to keep Ash alive. And there it is, Elixir. So, Ash survives with 2 HP. If he attacks, he freezes our Spider. Spider doesn't kill Ash. So, good time to use Val Feast. Because if I use Val Feast, I get another Spider. So if he's gonna attack, I can actually defend versus Ash with the Spider and kill Ash. Unless he actually uses a freeze, 1 mana freeze on an actual Spider, which is shit value for him. And basically it makes him not attack with Ash here. And attacking with these two is very bad value because my Withering Veil kills them turn after. So now he's thinking, wait, should I even be attacking? But wait, I'm the mid-range deck here. He has to play aggressive. And I can defend versus both of them and just Withering Veil next turn and kill everything, which makes sense in a way. Because if I don't block this, yes, I can heal it off. But Sejuani is not a win condition in this deck. Like, her level up is not a win condition, right? He will never level her up and then, I don't know, like, play some straight damage, then freeze my board. So I'm actually okay with taking the 3 damage here. Because I'm the deck that can use my health as a resource. So because of that, I can just Withering Veil here. And I can kill Bjerg later on with another Withering Veil or something like that. So I'm trying to maximize the value from my cards. Instead of actually like block the Bjerg and then just like thinking like, oh, I'll block the Bjerg, yes, and I'm Withering Veil and then it's fine. I don't think it's fine. I think this is the best use of those cards, and that's pretty much it. So, let's take a current situation of the board. If you open attacks, our spider will be frozen, right? The situation changed when he played Ash. And because of that, if he open attacks, I cannot defend with the spider. Like, I can defend it and it just dies because it's gonna be 0 attack. So now is the situation where I'm wanting to attack with Spider, because if I trade into 3-1, it kills it. And I can just grasp the Ash. If he doesn't do that, I could have, for example, if he defended with Ash, I could just Mystic Shot it and it kills it, right? So whatever happens, I would have been in a good spot. He is smart, so he doesn't defend, which sucks for us, but it's still okay. Because with a Withering Veil plus Mystic Shot, it kills everything. Ah, the Assessor is really problematic. But either way, we got a Baffuka Peddler, which is amazing value. As well as the fact that, like, now the Baffuka Peddler is getting hooked by the Glory Seeker and getting frozen, which is perfect scenario for us because we can defend with Spiderlink. And he's gonna be not too smart hooking the Peddler, which we are happy because we can now Withering Veil plus Mystic Shot. And actually, well, wait, I cannot look at the eye. Sure, okay, why not? Either way, we can now Withering Veil to clear out the board and Mystic Shot to kill Ash. And because I don't have any means of removal for the Assessor anymore, I'm okay with blocking it with the Spider so he doesn't get the second take of Sejuani. And hopefully we get another Vile Feast or Withering Veil to kill the Assessor later on. If not, we're gonna see. Okay, he used the Culling Strike. So he does get buff caps in his deck. We're still clearing out the board, so it's not too bad. We're losing in the number of cards. Hopefully we're gonna draw something good. But it is what it is. If I play Elise, I still have the mana for Grasp. So I'm okay with this. He could put a good blocker here. I could have just passed and then play her. There was consideration there. But let's see what happens. I don't know if I need Elise anymore. If I even needed Elise. She would have been great in early game. She's really bad right now in this situation in mid game. But yeah, I'm attacking with her because I get a 1-1 Spiderlink blocker. Like, basically what I'm doing is just killing the 4-1 Assessor and that's it. As well as the fact that, like, now I can grasp the Hard Guard, so Hard Guard dies. So it's not bad. It's not too bad. We would love to see a Ruination now. To get some value from that. The scary thing is if he has another Assessor, he would draw cards. So I want to make him not draw another card from the hard card next turn. So just kill one. Okay, let's hope we get some good card draw. Okay, Static Shock is nice. Nice. If any point of the time you guys have any question or like confusion why I played something, feel free to ask. I don't know if
What do you
he's... Huh?
has?
What?
What do you think he has in hand?
I think he has Sejuani right now, and he's thinking, wait, if I play Sejuani and he has Ruination, he clears my board, and I'm heavily punished, right? That's probably what he's thinking right now. So that's why he's okay with open attacking, just because he doesn't want to get like hard punished if he plays Sejuani. So he's not sure if he should play Sejuani or not, because if I have Ruination, he's in a bad spot. And he could still play his Sejuani or something, so I want to pass here because I want to make him think that I do have Ruination.
Nice.
And as well as the fact that because his attack is pretty useless. And he didn't even hook the Spiderling for some reason. But I'm okay with that because I can take this 4 damage. And I can keep the Spiderling as a blocker for later on. So I'm happy with the 4 damage because I can heal it off. I don't need to develop because I still want to make him think that I do have ruinations. So if I play Elise, he might play something.
Wait, Annie, is this Karina control?
Basically, yes.
Ah, okay.
Yes. It's a classic control deck that I'm taking as an example. So the current board state is good for me. If he attacks with the 3-1, I block it with the spider. If he Omen Hawk, I can Valve Feast. I don't care. Like, I just continue passing because I'm the one controlling the board. The 4-3 is a bit annoying, but we can still take like 4 damage. It's fine. I just don't want him to develop too much. So I don't want, like, I want to make him think that I do have Ruination in my hand. I definitely don't want to play Elise because it doesn't trade off into anything properly. It doesn't give me too much value. Oh, Glimpse is nice. So we glimpse our unit, defend here so we don't take 4 damage.
Prevent it.
What?
You could Cunning Strike to prevent it.
I know, but there's nothing I must draw cards at this point. Like, I cannot play around Culling Strike. I need to draw cards.
Okay.
Okay, he has the Culling Strike. Let me just pass again. Unluckily, we did not draw stuff that we want to draw, like either Ledros or another uh, card draw card. So it's sort of a bad situation. Mm,
You should keep bluffing the Ruination because you believe it.
hmm. So Bjerg probably drew a Sejuani because 5 plus power, but he does have hard guard, so it could be the 4 mana draw cards for 5 attack units, but he does have 5 attack units here, so he's not gonna play it. I don't think Elise is helping me in any way, so I keep on passing. We're in a bad position because we don't have the cards that we want to have. Like, we need to draw cards and we don't have cards right now. The only good thing is he's not developing too much because he's scared I will play Ruination. If this is a card that he drew that is not Sejuani, but it's like not a big unit, he should be playing it.
You are getting the worst draws.
I already used a lot of tools to heal myself. So it's sort of problematic to take all this damage. So I think I rather want to block the 4-4. I'm just gonna play Device so I can have something on the board that can help me board clear or anything, because I don't have anything good to play at this current situation. It's a really bad situation. Because if I would get Ledros, amazing. If I would get Ruination, that would be okay. But like either Kadro or Ledros would really help me out here. Wow, another pie. Great. I'm just gonna keep my same tactic, just kill this, which is useless, so I can just pass my turn and see if he will develop. Because I don't have anything to play, basically. I have no good plays. Unluckily, I did not draw any Puffcat Peddlers that would give me good value. I did not draw anything else, so... I'm just trying to control the board where he's dealing chip damage to me enough for me to get to my cards. Okay, he used the Sejuani while not attacking. So we could beam it and just kill it that way because like I don't know if we're using any other mana. We could Vengeance so we can have mana to do something else as well. Huh. Okay.
Vengeance, I think, is better.
Yeah. Just because of the fact that we are left with 6 mana to kill whatever he puts down on the board again after the Vengeance, so we're fine with that, I guess.
He's gonna level up Sejuani soon.
I mean, the level up Sejuani doesn't give him too much. Calling Strike, wow. I mean, we can just play a secondary Vi after, or we can just use the Vault Breaker to keep her alive.
I think it's better to use the Vault Breaker because she keeps all the
Yeah,
cards.
she keeps the other stats. So that's sort of not bad.
Might as well play it again.
Nah,
No.
it makes him open to use 4 mana to play a unit. And we do not care about her having one more attack. It would just give her one attack. Because it counts the number of cards. It doesn't, like, the effect was only this turn, so it would not give her too much.
She
This
could be a
game is...
Winter. Oh,
Mm, I don't think so. We don't have anything in our hand. Now he knows that we don't have Ruination just because of the fact that we have played a 13 damage beam. Now he can openly play Ash and just do 8 damage, which is pretty scary, but unfortunately we are brought up into this position where we just don't have cards and we don't have anything good to play. So it is what it is. But we're still alive with the 8 damage that he would do. Okay. This is 11 damage. It's Karina control. But we just didn't draw any cards somehow. So it was just a really bad match. So I'm gonna play one more game with this deck. Just because of the fact like this game was just straight up sad. Very sad game. But it has the standard cards, right? Triple Veil, triple Grasp, Pronation, Val Feast, and stuff. I don't know what was that song, but that was hilarious. Okay, Daekhwon, this is gonna be nicer. Okay, so knowing the Daekhwon, they have a lot of 1-drop, like 1 HP units, so we definitely keep Static Shock. I feel like Beam is not needed. Even though Beam is very, like, conditional, so we could potentially keep it. The box is great if he opens up too much units, and they usually overexpand. So I like the box, I like Static Shock. And I think I'd rather want to get a lease or something versus a beam. Because he will not have, like, a lot of units that I need to kill with beam. At least not in early anyways. Nice, we got a lease. So if he has Butcher, that's gonna be pretty scary. But there's nothing we could play around versus Butcher. So we just open attack here. Because if he has, like, for example, Glimpse and he blocks with the Bark Beast, we can still lose Static Shock or something like that. He plays nothing. Okay. So we can use a preventive Static Shock. So he doesn't open up with the... What's it called? The 3 mana, kill a unit to get the 2-1 challenges. But
What if he has glimpse?
Yeah, what if it's dead for him right now?
I feel like we want to expand with Peddler and just play the box and win the game. But yeah, I could have just passed there. I felt like it was fine though, just to do this and just use the box and win the game. Yeah, I just win the game now.
Oh, that's a tough one.
GG.
Oh. Oh, he's sad.
Yeah, that's very sad. That's a big yikes. That's very sad. Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
Box is pretty spicy.
Yeah.
so bored.
Oh, he attacks. Okay, sure. I have 2 more peddlers, so I'm okay with trading one. As well as the fact that I get open attack 4 damage for free. Thank you, why not? Oh wait, what's happened?
Missed
Oh
one.
no.
God, please.
Nah, he would use Miscall, even if he would have
Your
it.
deck's much longer than his.
I know that my deck is I'm joking, sorry. But yeah, like, I'm the control matchup here, so. I don't want to expand because there's too many things that he would develop, potentially. Whoa, okay,
Oh
sure.
boy.
I mean, it's fine. This is still fine. Yeah, I'm rather that he uses it defensively than offensively, so I'm happy with that. And I already have Vengeance if he plays Daquindure. I already have Static Shock if he plays small units.
Yeah.
I have so many tools here. I don't know why he's playing Archer. I guess to counter other Endure matchups or something. But like, we just play Peddler here because we still have mana to play whatever we want here. Sure. Static Shock.
Ouch.
What? What?
Glimpse.
Double Glimpse.
Glimpse.
Okay, we can only stop one of them, which is pretty sad. I really did not expect a double Glimpse, but
It is the right call for him. Though.
it's still, yeah, it's there, but he's losing because now he will start to get more and more puff caps, and we have 7 damage in open attack. Okay, he needs to defend versus Callista. With Callista, I mean. Oh. And I think I might grasp. Wait, he actually defends. Oh my god. Yes. Oh, this is game over. I think this is game over. Whoa. Oh my god, he has all the glimpses, man.
Well, there
Though
goes
he's
all of-
losing mana and field advantage on that, and he is the aggressor in this matchup.
Yes, we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit annoying.
I mean,
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
matter.
fine. Like, doing that grasp was probably a mistake. I could have just let the spider die because it's just a spider. But it's fine.
No more clips for him though.
So I think I just Wild Feast this. I can still Vengeance if he plays Daquindure or something. And he already used all 3 of his glimpses, so we're fine. So I think I actually, like, I'm not gonna use Vengeance, right? I'm keeping it for Daquindure, basically. So I'm okay with playing Elise here, because I do not want to pass the turn to let him have options. And I want to play Elise so, like, I can do the box if he would expand more. But even though he doesn't expand, I'm okay with using it just to kill the Callista and then play aggressive with my units in.
Yeah, because trades benefit you in this matchup.
Because it's already got to the point where I have so much board presence that
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy.
Like, his only win condition is board presence. and endure, which you have a counter to.
So this should be game over right now with
Yeah.
Karina.
Yeah. Should be it.
He falls onto 1,
That's
and Karina should be, because it kills everything at the same time. And he has no more glimpses. The only thing he can do is play a small unit and then Val Feast his own sentry, but it's not going to be enough because Karina's definitely going to do more than 1 damage, unless we're really unlucky. Okay, GG.
that's advantage.
I didn't get good examples to talk about here either, but yeah, it is what it is. But like you talked about the discard with Jinx Draven. But Jinx Draven is so easy, I don't know. I don't know why you guys haven't had luck with it because it's really easy. You just put Jinx Draven, right? Pretty simple. You need them. Easy shit. Okay. So the next thing we have to discard stuff. Arena Bookie, we definitely need him. There's no consideration not to put him. We need stuff to discard. So if we're going full discard with Jinx and Draven, we want as much possible targets to actually discard. So we do want to have triple Flame Choppers and the triple Jerry Rig, as well as that we're playing really aggressive if we want to go with this lineup. Then we want, actually, in my opinion, want to go triple Vision. So I think this is the thing that we're aiming for. So Dredgers is great here as well as the fact that like we do need to have card draw. So I think we actually want to go for triple Experimenter. Pretty simple.
Online culture.
And yeah, so we go for triple Academic because we're drawing and discarding so many cards that she's gonna give us amazing value. And then Urchin goes really well here as well. And
Double Rock.
a Rummage, I don't know how many we want. For now, we're gonna put 2. And what did I forget? Yeah, we want to have Burn now. So basically, triple Mystic Shot is 100% when we want. One spicy thing that we could go for is 1 Brothers Bond, considering we have so many small units and so much aggro. So I don't know if we would actually want this, but like, basically we would just want spells now because we have a lot of units, and if we go for Burn to get Jinx leveled up instantly sometimes, or like get her the rocket as fast as possible, that's pretty much what we want to go for here. And I don't know, like,
Do you use Fervor or Decimate?
I think Decimate is a bit too slow to be honest. So I think we want to actually play either Get Excited or Noxian Fervor. But let's put both of them and we can discard them later on. Just let's see if we want another card from here. We could go for a Static Shock as well. That is one thing that we can consider. Maybe Decimate, but I think Decimate is usually too slow sometimes. Okay, so I don't know if we want so many Get Exciteds, considering we already have a lot of discard stuff. I don't know. Fervor and other stuff. But yeah, we could go for like a double Static Shock and just... I don't know if we want to Decimate.
What about Kato?
It's too slow. We want all the early stuff, so we can pressure as much as possible, as fast as possible, and just go with Experimenter and Rummage for the draw of cards, and that's pretty much it.
Draven's biggest
What?
Draven's biggest fan, maybe? So they have 2 opens and they pretty cheap.
Hmm. We could go for it, I guess. To just draw him as well. It doesn't actually draw us a card, it just gives us a card on the top of the deck, but Draven could be a really good influencer here, so we can just go for triple fan maybe and remove the Brothers Bond. I really like the spicy Brothers Bonds though. Okay, I'm gonna remove Brothers Bond. Let's just go for it. This card. And where is Rummage? Here. Okay. I want to put Rummage as the image of the deck. Let's go. Ah! God damn it. It's so hard to do. You guys saw this, right?
Yeah, it's like a glitch.
Yeah, it's a glitch. Basically, what happens is that you're not adding into the deck. Instead, you're adding it there, which is like the cover image. Because usually you can put a spell,
It's only units, yeah.
but you sort of glitch it out, so you're essentially dragging it into the space of the this. I don't know. It's very bugged out. You have to do it like really quickly, and
You gotta do like those flick shots with FPS games in Runeterra.
oh my god, it's impossible. Whatever. Let's just go like this. But this card is a very it's a deck that's like an aggro deck, but as well as the fact like it doesn't have the same aggro playstyle. Uh, because like when we're talking about Jinx, she's very important in this deck, and it's very important that she doesn't die.
What do you think
So,
are the best synergies for harrowing?
mm, okay, so we definitely had like a deck that had we have the Ezreal Harrowing deck, which is pretty fun of a deck, but I don't know if it's a good deck in particular. We have the deck with Harrowing Darius, which got nerfed, so people
Yeah.
are not playing it anymore as much. Uh, but I feel like the only good deck that is still good right now that is great with Harrowing, I think, is the Anivia deck.
I'm determined to find a combo to make that broken.
No Hikarim then?
Hecarim is just a card that has to play around ephemerals, and the ephemerals currently are not that good. But with the new patch, with all of the stuff that's coming out with the ephemeral sounds amazing. So
Yeah, I
I,
made a Trifarian Darrowing deck with like the Ash Sedge engine with like Darrowing in it.
oh my god, oh go away. Okay. It's a lucky I kept the Draven's biggest fan and then I drew Draven, which is pretty funny. But yeah, we're just doing 2 damage here. If I develop, I don't know if he has something. I could consider developing here even, but I think just taking the 2 damage here sounds good. The only consideration is, do we Mystic Shot the Teemo? Because if we do, we must keep the mana because I think we want to play Draven turn 3. So I think we might want to Mystic Shot it, so I just passed. I don't think I even need to play the Draven's biggest fan, as well as the fact that like the Draven spell would not give me any value much. Ball Feast? Huh.
That's,
Sure, why not?
that's very meh.
I mean, it doesn't really help him here. Oh, what?
Oh,
What kind of a deck is he playing? One good thing here is that we can actually defend versus the Caretaker and Teemo, so it's not too bad. Because Jury Rig, we are happy to discard it. So we have an open attack with Draven next to him. And as well as the fact that, like, if we can somehow get Jinx, that's going to be amazing. Because we can just use our Experiment at 10-6 and just clear our hand as well as to draw cards. I don't know if that's even... No, I don't think that's too good. It's not bad, though. We could potentially get Draven leveled up here. Huh. Okay, I think we want to play Draven's biggest fan. Because we can do all of this in the same turn. Wow, he doesn't play anything. What the hell?
you might have removal.
I think we might want to play Vision at this point because we're playing Experiment later on. There's nothing stopping us from just trying to play a bit aggressive here. If he has Valfeast, he has Valfeast. Oh, he doesn't. Nice.
Oh, that's even better.
That's pretty nice.
Ooh.
Huh. What does he have? Whoa. Oh, this is some spicy deck, dude.
It's a meme.
Some third tier league decks.
Wait, I got a puff cap? Wow.
Oh, that's the.
Emo.
Oh my god, that's top tier cancer.
What the hell? I mean,
Yeah, he has fading memories. He has haunted. No, he has the 2 mana free ghosts. He maybe has also what
okay, okay. Oh, wow, not
okay,
bad.
no.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen Draven leveled up. This is the first time actually.
Wow, really? Oh
Yeah.
no!
It is pretty rare.
Double
This is the first time.
experimenter, god damn it. That's so
Oh, yes.
bad.
That blows balls, actually. What the fuck?
Okay, I think I might want to do it like this.
Would heal one.
Would you think it's
Basically, you
worth
want to get
cutting
rid of one of
Experimenter to
them as
choke?
quickly as possible because he can rush you down in maybe 2 turns.
I think this attack is correct because,
It's good enough.
Okay, okay.
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's nothing good. Like this, the prankster would die either way. And I don't think he would defend Collector versus the Draven's biggest fan here. Something like that, so. Oh, I'll get excited.
Alright.
Okay.
But it's not.
There's nothing much I can do here. I'm probably just playing my Experimenter versus the Collector because I have to remove that from the board. Or else I'm pretty much losing the game. And like,
Yeah.
one of them will discard the other one either way. So like, Static Shock is not even needed here, it's pretty much a dead card. I don't know like if I will really need it. And I really have to remove the Collector, it's a big threat on the
Oh.
field.
Yeah.
You run out of gas.
And I'll never run out of gas, don't worry about it. I always have card draw.
Yeah, sword draw, everything.
Oh wow. Yikes. Okay.
No, that's not enough to finish you.
Dude, leave the dog alone, man. I hear the dog in the background. Poor
It's
doggy.
kinda loud.
Poor doggy.
Go to the streets, I'm sorry.
Wait, I'm gonna be right back 1 second.
God. The fuck
Oh,
did you
nice. Nice hand.
Oh. Hey, there's a jinx. That's all we needed.
You should be back pretty soon.
Like I don't know, man. Like I feel like this deck like runs out of gas so quickly. You know, if you don't draw Jinx or like.
It's not aggro, it's a combo deck.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? Okay, that's what I thought it was. You know what I mean? It's
It's
like,
Meister or his deck.
yeah, but I feel like this guy's gonna gain a million ton of life soon.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
You got a Jinx, dog.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's on my touch.
He probably has like a grasp in his hand or somewhere in his deck.
Huh.
When he's fucked.
He has only 4 mana, so I
wouldn't
think it's fine. I think it's safe enough to play Jinx here.
Yeah, Jinx is fine. I think.
Because I can level her up and just playing Urchin. Wow, he has get excited. Wow, that's
Come
unlucky. I didn't I should have expected it. I'm stupid.
That's still fine. He's not gonna outrace you.
He's out of gas.
Yeah, I think we're still fine just attacking. I didn't really expect that. Huh. I don't know if ordering
Why that
matters
attack
here.
order? Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. I think I might want to. So like the chompers would want to block versus a unit that has most attack, but if I put 8 damage before on my first 3 attackers,
Oh,
like yeah. So basically, if I put 8 damage here, so okay, let's like look at this, right? If I attack like with these 2 first, he will block one of the 4 attack units,
Then he heals.
right? But if I put 8 damage on the start, then he cannot block this. Oh wait, does he have like static shock or something?
Oh boy.
Oh my god. He has static shock or something.
A funky
Oh,
potion.
shit.
Fading memories. Wow.
Don't-
Okay, good thing we have Mystic Shot because it's still 8 damage.
Oh.
He only has one card. There we go. Oh no! He's
Oh.
no, I forgot it's one off.
Yo,
Oh my!
this guy, man.
I'm so stupid. Oh my god! I
This
wasn't
guy's going
thinking-
off. This guy's going off.
Lord Jesus.
What is this game?
And somehow,
Just draw some direct damage, please.
What is this game, dude? He's surviving every turn. Barely surviving every turn. Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh, it's gonna heal.
Oh, I can't handle this. This is too funny.
Oh, Draven. Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Yeah, oh,
Okay,
God.
yeah. Overwhelmed. Good.
this is classic.
No. No.
Flame.
No.
Oh,
The combos.
God,
Let's
2
go.
damage and heal.
Let's go.
What is happening?
Top tier bullshit.
Oh, this is so funny.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's gonna have a thing memory or something.
Oh
I guess it's not the damage through.
This
Oh,
is
well,
too
never
funny.
mind.
The Draven will like crush him, right?
no. I can only attack with Draven. If I attack with anything else, he just.
Yeah, I'll put you
Oh yeah, he can just block.
go off.
Oh my god.
Oh, let's see.
Oh no. I'm gonna lose.
The spice. The spice.
The guy has a brain.
Use the axe.
It doesn't. It just helps me one. It. I'm doing 0 damage here and I'm losing HP.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh.
What is this game, dude?
Stop killing him. Stop killing him.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, my God. Lord.
Oh, dude. I'm
I love how he
dead.
did it to the scrap scuttler. He's just like, listen, the scrap scuttler. Going the distance. He's going the distance. Just put it up.
Oh my god. Every time he was at 2 cards, he found a way to draw cards. Every time I drew all of the buff caps. I'm dead.
I actually can't breathe. It's so funny.
I'm dead. Like, look at this. It just kills me.
Oh my god.
What happened here?
This
Things
is
look so good.
so
They just turned around so
stupid.
quickly, so
Oh.
quickly.
I can survive at 1 HP.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so dead, man.
He'll just make you draw the last puff cap, the one puff cap.
The game is not over yet.
Dude, imagine that he lets me draw the puff cap.
Just one.
There's still that tiny chance. Still win. Still win with the
No!
Oh
no, this
my
guy.
god. You fucking kidding.
Oh, that made my day right there. That was so funny.
That's nasty.
What a game.
What a guy.
Dude,
Okay.
that's disgusting.
My
Okay.
cheeks hurt from smiling so much.
Okay. Since it's last day, I'm gonna go for one game, last game of the day.
Play
Uh,
with me.
So we're going for a spicy deck right now. We're going for a control Teemo deck.
Yes.
Rank 0. Interesting. Top rank. Better than
Up.
top 1.
I'm in the top. I'm so good, and I'm not. They cannot even give me first place. I'm 0.
Beyond top 1.
They cannot even find me an enemy because I'm playing such a good deck. They don't want to even match me versus anyone. It doesn't want to connect me. Oh, deep deck. Ooh, this is gonna be very spicy.
To be clear, toss. Oh, nice.
I
Yeah.
got
Game of the
100%
day.
win rate.
Yo,
would
Okay,
need to
wait.
know.
Sorry, I got a quick question actually.
Uh-huh.
Does anybody know? So let's say you put puff caps in somebody's deck, yeah? Let's say you put 18 in there, right? And then you toss. Does it get rid of the puff caps or does it redistribute the puff
It
caps?
it tosses some of them.
Okay, okay, tosses. Okay,
Like for
thank
example,
you.
it's RNG how many it will toss out. You don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So it's
perfect.
based
Thank
on
you.
like which cards had them when they were
What is
tossed.
cost? Yeah.
Yeah, it will see which
Exactly.
cards would be having the buff caps, and then it just removes from those
Whoa,
cards.
Scribe of Sorrows. I've never seen that card in
Yeah,
the
it's
deck.
good with Teemo, but or with some other cards. It's just to gain value from your cards in a control deck. It's This is a really spicy deck. Just don't question. It's very spicy.
Today's
Let's
been
just
all
watch.
spice.
Let's just watch the fucking thing unfold on itself.
We can take the 3 damage.
Scribe of Sorrows can get champions too. Right?
Oh wow,
Oh yeah,
Cullen
yeah,
Strike.
yeah.
Wow, okay. Aw. It's fine, it's fine. Oh, if we only had Glimpse at that time. Yikes. Man, why you gotta be like this? I guess we can play the other one. I could have considered Scribe, but maybe I can get some good... Oh my god. I need a blocker right now.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna Valfeast that one. Oh god damn it. I was not smart. Oh my god.
Uh,
I'm stupid. This is not good. Dude, I'm already losing, dude. I'm already gonna lose right now. Whatever I play, it just dies at this point. I'm not in a good spot. Ash Sedge is a really bad matchup. This is ugly. This is not gonna go well. Maybe if I draw Ruination, maybe it can save me. Because oh, I will not be able to play it next turn though. I'm gonna lack 1 mana. Yeah, Mystic Shot is nice.
I never finished Ashwell.
True. But if he has the Trifarian, he's gonna draw 1, 2, 3, 3 cards, and that's scary. I think I want to play Vi to just kill something. Meanwhile, the other cards, like, I have 6 mana, so I could play Scribe and Puffcap, but oh my god, okay. I'm in a really bad spot. Timo.
There goes the
Oh, okay, GG.
Ah.
Okay, I'm gonna go for 1 game, but this is just 1 more game because this game was just straight up not fun. It was just sad. Oh, somebody asked in my stream chat, can the 3 mana dude give you a champion back? Yes. So if a champion dies, it gives you the champ back as well. The 3 mana, whatever he's called. I think Gualfies could work well here. I don't know if I guess Peddler could be a consideration to keep as well. I like the Vi, even though I don't know if I'll need it too much in this matchup, but we're gonna be fine. We cannot block this, but okay. If he passes, we're happy with that.
No.
Static shock.
Eh?
Okay,
Oh, yeah. That's the better.
that's fine. So basically, I do not want to trade this into this. But considering if he might open attack, I don't know if I want to take the 2 damage from him. So I think I might want to Vow Feast here. Hmm. I don't think, like, this is not like Ash Sejuani where I need to keep it versus the 5-on Challenger. In this matchup, he has no units that have like 1 HP except for the dude that steals cards. So he can either take 1 damage here or just trade.
I'll do the trade.
Yeah. I'm happy with 1 damage though. I'm okay with that. I don't think I'll need Vengeance in this matchup. Like, the only big unit he has is Rex, and it only has 4 HP. So I don't think I'll ever be using Vengeance here. I don't know. I could even level him up, which is pretty funny. If I go for the buff cap, the chump pump, then I cannot level up Demo.
Maybe. You might have a parlay or make it rain.
I'm just gonna do a Mushroom Cloud and pass and see what he does. Just a soft pass, hoping that he plays something. But even if he doesn't play something, we could even pass completely. But I think I might want to try and get Timo to double up his buff caps. Even though, like, I don't always go for the Timo doubling the buff caps, I would sometimes just use the Mushroom Clouds to discard from Get Excited or from Rummage. They're just used as a card, as a resource, sort of. Because sometimes you go for the Timo play, sometimes you don't. It really depends on how the game goes. Okay. We can double his buff caps now. He might have a Mystic Shot, but if he doesn't, this is going to be great. No, he has it. It's still fine. We still have the other chump pump to give us stuff to discard when we get excited, so it's not like we don't have resources. What? 3 buff caps?
That's a chunk.
Wow. Okay. I'm okay with this. I think I might just go for destroying him with buff caps. It's pretty hilarious.
Just drag the game out.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I drop down Ledros and he draws like 1 buff cap, and I just get excited and he dies.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants to draw cards. Nice. Yes, please.
Even better. Get some buff caps.
Oof. He didn't draw anything. I don't know if he's gonna potentially try to level up Twisted Fate somehow. I do have Get Excited, so I'll be fine. Sure. The less cards he has in his deck, the higher chance he draws a buff cap, and I'm happy with that. And I don't think he has anything to stop from Vi leveling up right now. He has no mana for Rex. He already has Twisted Fate on the board. So that means he cannot gold card. If he uses a 7 mana Thermal Beam and loses the entire turn for a beam, I'm happy with that. That's okay. He doesn't. Okay. We could go like this. We could just... I guess we just go like this and that's it. We could trade, but I'm okay with just doing this. He might want to play Rex next turn, which is a bit scary.
Yeah, I like that.
I might. I don't know. Whoa. Oh, did he steal this from me? I think he did.
The bottom of the deck.
Okay, he's playing Rex. For sure. Okay, I have Get Excited plus Static Shock, so I can just remove Rex. So that's good. So we're not too scared of Rex. So just do it. Let's go. Warning shot. Warning shot. Warning shot. Does he actually not have Rex?
Oh.
Whoa, he doesn't have Rex? Seriously? Okay.
Oh.
I guess I could use Get Excited already, but I might want to keep Get Excited to just finish him off and kill him. Because after I use Ledros and cut his HP in half, I can just win the game with Get Excited. Oh, and I'm glad I did that. Now I have mana for Withering Veil. So that's good. If he doesn't attack, I'm fine with that. Like, he's prolonging the game to the point where he's just gonna die from Ledros, so... If he is not attacking, I'm staying at 17 HP, like... I'm just chilling, that's okay. Come on. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has 10 cards. Okay, we don't go. Let's get it. I'm at 20 HP. And I'm playing Ledros.
Oh, good attack.
I mean, yeah, it's not a good attack. But it should be GG at this point. And Vi can do 5 damage when she's attacking, so... So with Get Excited, it's over. He needs to stun Vi.
Oh.
There we go. But like, even with the stun... He's in a bad spot. I want to actually lose my Chump Pump here. Because if he plays Rex... I want him to have as least as amount of units attacking me on the board as possible. I don't know, I think it's game over at this point.
Yeah.
And he's still drawing cards, man. I need 4 damage. Let's see, 1. That's it?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, 3 more damage and he's dead. He has no healing. Sorry I wasn't reading the chat, Hulu. You should attack to 1-1. I don't know when it happened. Sorry, I wasn't watching. But yeah, this should be it. He cannot draw... Like, if he draws cards, he dies. Like, his best play is just Rex. But he doesn't even have him. Oh, the dude is still drawing. Yikes.
slowly killing himself.
Oh, I got another chump pump. more mushroom clouds.
Nice.
Hilarious. What? He's attacking with Twisted Fate.
What?
What?
Maybe he has removal.
Like, I could even defend with everything. Like, I don't even care about anything dying, to be honest.
Just have enough caps to finish mob already.
Like, I can just get excited at Twisted Fate, but, like, I don't even care. Like, if he has a removal tool, sure, kill my Vi. He needs to do 3 damage to her, though. He needs to do, even, like, get excited, gets her to 1 HP. With tough, it's still 2, but, yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know, this is... Oh, not as spicy of a game that I was hoping for, to be honest. Because usually what I do is play Teemo turn 1, and on turn 3 I play Scribe of Sorrows to revive Teemo, so I get another Teemo. And if you play another Scribe, you can possibly get another one, and then just like keep reproducing Teemos and make the opponent be extra angry. And it's hilarious. Oh, this guy just wants to draw cards.
He just wants to kill himself this point.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Let me just put mushrooms and just close out the game that way.
Let him draw himself to death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, ah, he pathetic.
What a game. Ah, spicy deck, but not spicy enough. I was hoping for a funny game. But, yeah. Listen, boys. I'm gonna get going. Basically, tomorrow is gonna be, in my opinion, the nice topic to talk about open attacking, developing, and stuff like that. We sort of, I gave one scenario, for example, for today about open attacking or developing stuff like that, and showed you guys. I'll give a few more scenarios tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, thank you for being here with me, and I'm gonna get going. So, see ya, humans.
Alright, see you later.
Bye bye.
Good night.